Now, how do I get this in sniper configuration? Oh, up. Hey, everybody, what's up? This is Retrokid Reviews, doing not another double review, but thank you in advance for everybody for pretty much the big surge in viewership that I had than usual for double reviews for Marvel Legends figures, kind of that kind of year, I guess, here on the channel. So go to that if you guys want to get a refresh on where I stand with current waves. Speaking of which, this is more or less an update roundup, so it's half retro news, half just what TV I've been watching lately. So for the news side of things, not really much other than there is a lot of trailers I have missed last month coming into this month. I'll start with the obvious trailer roundup while we're here. Obviously I heard of the Tron Ares trailer. Last month, and it was actually a very decent trailer for what it is, and for what it is basically how do we use Jared Leto in the least creepy fashion for what will probably be a decent Tron entry after the last one since Legacy back in 2010. No word yet if I'm going to be doing a retro review series of both movies. However, I would love to try to get my content peer Trenchman, otherwise known as Austin Trench, here on the channel, to basically this 2-piece, or 2 cents on the whole series as a whole, as far as Tron goes, but that's another story for another time. So, last on the updates as far as TV goes, because I really want to get to Andor, for the end of the video, is the Gozyuger news. I am very much, up to date so far with the Ring Hunter, saga that is happening for that arc, and it is actually really good for what it is. And the reason why I got the old Mighty Morphin shirt out is that Easy did an update bid for his pastor vibe bid that he's doing for Daijujin. Because Sentai did something that I think Mighty Morphin wished they could do. Canonize the black and gold Megazord. I talked about this with the black and gold version of Super 7's Dragon Zord, otherwise known as Dragon Caesar, in G-Rangers Sentai. So go to my review for that for hopefully better context than this. So that guy did actually not get got God, but he got in a brainwashing maneuver for that season's new Evil Empire. And there's a lot of brother ties with Ring Hunter and Gal Wolf. Not Gal Wolf. There is a Gal Wolf I think in this week's episode that's in the lead up for the Sentai ring for, I believe, Zoojr, Sun Vulcan, and Gal Red from Gal Ranger. And I think Haka's kind of said it best that the show has like a 3-pronged kind of like show of like the mecha, the red versus all the current teams in the multiversal sense, and whatever is the problem of the week, monster of the week that Sentai and most likely Power Rangers, if you're here in the States, are pretty much known for. And it's a weird balancing act, and it is a lot of things. I do love the idea for like filler arc episodes that Goju Wolf is basically trying to like come back into like the season formula while knowing that his brother's still out in the wild somewhere, trying to like mess with him and the team, to the point of almost gassing him out to bail on the team, I think, early in the arc, which was actually a really cool move, storytelling-wise. He comes back later on, because, again, it's a Sentai nowadays, so, it is kind of what it is, but it is a strong arc, for only, like, I think still, like, the beginning, like, 10, 11 episodes total, so that's a lot to consider coming into a new Sentai, let alone for the 50th anniversary. No anniversaries to transition into when it comes to Star Wars, so we're just going to go ahead and get my final thoughts on those episodes as a whole. Big 8 out of 10, high 8s energy for the whole thing. Wow, it just sounds like can you tell my lighting is still not up to date, and I'm still trying to not make it look still Starscar creepy. That's not a transition into Andor. I don't know what is. So before that, final thoughts. It's still a good Sentai. I got a better hookup for fan subs. Again, go to your local Discord groups for fan subs in general for Gozyuger. So yeah, that's kind of where I am still. I'll probably do an update Toku review if something big happens, like something, I don't know, Kaiju related, like I did last year with Boom Boonger. That's kind of what I'm aiming for as far as update reviews go. So, with that, and trying my best to sound like Stellan Skarsgård out of the way, my thoughts on season 2 of Andor. At the time of this recording, only 9 episodes are in, and Tony Gilroy said that this is going to be 3 episode chunks, throughout the next couple of weeks. I think we're at the tail end of it, so by the time I come back to this show, next week or the week after, we may have my official review in the figure form space. So, my overall thoughts with the first season, it was actually pretty good, very engaging. It's still had the origin story vibes of Cassian Andor and the being in this rebellion since I was 6 years old kind of vibes. Everything about essentially Diego Luna screams, hey, I've done this character a little dirty a couple of years ago with Rogue One, for those who care. But it is a good companion piece. Both this and season 2 are great companion pieces to Rogue One. Didn't think it would go like that. Speaking of stuff I missed Star Wars wise was Celebration and the amount of okay product news from Star Wars itself. I'm very much aware of Dirtbag Cal, the custom facial features you can do for that character in Jedi Survivor. Speaking of which, I am actually finally getting around to playing Jedi Survivor, and my god, Cameron Monaghan is absolutely killing it once again as Cal Kestis, so awesome vibes there. Don't know if I'm ever going to cosplay Cal, but so far I kind of got the hair options that I'm kind of using for my playthrough for Cal, so who really knows. But that is another Star Wars debate for another time. Back on Andor, however, I just came off of the last week's episodes, which was, I believe, 6 through 9. It might be this week's, as the time of this recording. I don't know in advance. Scheduling's weird, in case you can tell, for Star Wars. But, however, the goal of most of this season is basically trying to stop a political, overlap that the Empire is doing with the planet of Gorman. There's a lot of social parallels to current day politics, which I won't get into because it's very complex even for this channel. So my apologies in advance. However, I do believe it, and I think it is very, very good storytelling as a whole. The one that got the chuds kind of the most flared up was essentially Bix almost getting sexual assaulted in the early 3 episodes of this season. And honestly, it played straight. It played pretty much what you could do with the theme of Star Wars, the best of its ability. The fact that she could say essay in general in a proper context instead of like a space context was a little not off-putting for me, but it's very engaging for what it is. That's kind of what I see, more or less, to put it bluntly. I know, those guys are having, like, a bit of a snafu of, like, should we talk about it? Should we not talk about it? They're getting weirded out in probably a good way for Tony Gilroy's writing, so, which is good news. Speaking of his writing, coming off of this week's episodes from 6 through 9, the Mom Mothra of it all from Gorman, going into her, I guess, escape into Yavin 4, was nothing short of just giving me the vibes of what Tony Gilroy was known for the Bourne Identity franchise. Yes, he was a head writer for what I think the back half of that movie, maybe Jason Bourne. I don't know on Bourne, not Ultimatum, Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner's only entry into that franchise. But all of basically the politicking and everything that was going on in Coruscant, with the Stellan Skarsgård of it all for his Galleria, doubling for basically his spy network stuff for Cassian Andor, most of the rebellion throughout this time in the trilogies. It's actually pretty cool, still engaging. Everyone who came back from season 1 looked like they never left the role. However, there is one key problem that is actually newsworthy, which is why I wanted to make it a hybrid news video here. It's essentially the Jimmy Smith situation of his Admiral Adama, not Adama, that is a Battlestar Galactica character. Wow, it's been a while. He's a prequels character that lead up to most of the original cast's lineage. Long story short there. My bad in advance. Wiki down below. I'm still coming off of sleep, just telling you right now. But yeah, Benjamin Bratt took over for his role for these last couple episodes from last week and this week whenever he cut the course on with Mon Mothma. And he does the role a lot good. Not justice, but is a good fill-in, and it's actually not bad. It makes a good what-ifism if he got the gig during the prequels kind of thing, and I could kind of see it. The main reason why Jimmy Smith's going to come back was mainly because of scheduling conflicts for, I forgot what project he's going into. So again, as always, go to the IMDb down below, or probably news on the whole situation. It's light fluff as far as the drama of it all goes. So it's probably, again, most likely a technical error as far as scheduling goes. Outside of that, like I said with Diego or Lua throughout the season, man is really going through it, but none has gone through it better than Cyril. I think his Empire guy that had like a weird headcanon that he's the main character kind of complex, much very apparel if anything, and Dedra, who was like the secret romance that was kind of building from last season, came to his natural conclusion with the Gorman episodes, and yeah, there was a lot of spy crafting, a lot of like very French Revolutionary. If you read past like the Gorman language, it kind of has that kind of vibe in the build up to it, and essentially the protests going south does shade a lot of like current day politics, which is actually really engaging for what it is. Like I said earlier, from the big stuff in the back half of this season, and my overall scores right now is not really definitive, but so far this is going to get a high 9 out of 10. If everything still tracks with everything now going into Yavin 4, no, yeah, Yavin, it's Yavin 4. I don't remember original plans that well, my bad in advance. I'm not that big of a Star Wars guy, but I am trying my best, in case you can tell. With that all being said, like I said, no scores for pretty much everything. I will say for my scores for the Gozyuger episodes I've seen from, I believe, 9 to, no, hang on, 8 to 9, no, 8 to 11, is actually pretty strong. It's good for what it is. It's definitely giving a decent focus arc for Goju Wolf. So yeah, more or less those are my scores for now. Sorry for the big wrap up of it all, but again, if you are interested into Andor and Gozyuger, these are decent shows for decent franchises. Going into what is basically banger starts for beginning arcs in a Sentai's case for that, and for Andor season 2, it is definitely going in strong. Tony Gilroy has learned a lot from his writing from last season, and you could definitely tell, especially with the Coruscant heist getting him on out this week throughout those 3 episodes. So yeah, next time I come back here, I'm gonna try to come back for the finale for Andor, and like I said, I'll be doing a generalized probably review as well in the figure form, because a lot has changed, and I'm gonna probably have to rewatch the season just in case I miss any details. So until I miss any details, go to that soon-to-be figure form over there. Yeah, here. To the end cards for coming up for my shorts playlist for, I believe, my thoughts on GTA 6. Going to be updating a short pretty soon with the lenticular for this guy right here. Speaking of, go to Logan over here. From a previous double review for the brown suit Logan and brown suit Doc. And speaking of which, I just missed him. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I had a figure pile up on the way here, so that's kind of going to be what I'm going to be probably focusing on this weekend. So until next time, I'm Retrokid Review saying, not bad TV for what I'm seeing. And yeah, if you haven't seen Andor at this point, please do so. It's actually decent television for a Star Wars, if anything else. And for Tony Gilroy and the casting creatives, you have absolutely nailed it out of the park. And speaking of Star Wars Celebration, I mentioned earlier, hi, Anthony Carboni. Why did I get the call for Japan? What?